This is Ducks Unlimited. Join host Jared Brown, Mike Checkett, and me as we travel across North America in pursuit of some of the best waterfowling on these vital grounds and see what truly is Ducks Unlimited.
Wetlands are invaluable not only to waterfowl, but to all wildlife and to the overall quality of life on Earth. Conserving healthy habitats is the key to ensuring our sporting traditions for generations to come.
Good shot.
And while a lot of great work has been done and many important questions answered, there's a lot to be learned about managing our wetlands and their associated habitats. We hope this new season of DUTV will fuel your passion for waterfowl hunting's heritage and strengthen your dedication to conserving North America's wetland resources.
Ducks Unlimited, presented by Midway USA.
Ducks Unlimited, established in 1937 as the world's leader in wetlands and waterfowl conservation. To date, DU has preserved more than 12 million acres through the efforts of its volunteers and partners across North America, ensuring wetlands sufficient to fill the skies with waterfowl today, tomorrow, and forever. Each season, as the birds head south, so too does Ducks Unlimited television. We travel throughout North America, capturing the images and the flavor of the waterfowling experience. As the birds leave their breeding grounds and start down the flyways, we follow along in search of good hunting and memorable experiences afield.
Heading north to British Columbia, Mike Checkett and I began our illustrious waterfowling season with an opportunity to learn more about important conservation efforts and a chance to get into some early season goose hunting action with DU's Director of Communications, Tony Dolly, and Ducks Unlimited Canada volunteer, Bob Clark.
Over.
We've done a lot of shows in Canada, a lot up in the prairies, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba. But a chance to come up to British Columbia is really the first place these geese see a big agricultural swath in the middle of really the mountains and forests, kind of chasing Canada geese from a different side of the continent.
For me, coming to Prairie Canada in September is a kickoff. You know, it starts the season. It's a tradition. You come up here and back home, it's still hot and muggy, and you get up here and the air is fresh and you hear geese in the air.
And take them.
There we go, guys. Man, you know, Canada, it's almost like a homecoming.
You know, when I talked to Bob on the phone, you know, I asked him about how he typically hunts these birds, and because this is one of the first places they stop, they haven't encountered much hunting pressure, and you know, 48 full-body decoys and these pop-up or stand-up blinds. It's certainly effective up here, and a testament to a hunter figuring the game out for his location. And really here, Bob's found that those 48 are really all he needs to be successful.
Over. I would say the best part of the hunts for me is the dog work. Hold, atta girl. I really love the work Ducks Unlimited does. We love to see the high efficiency rate of the Ducks Unlimited dollars going back into the habitat and just getting the knowledge to the younger folks about how valuable this resource is and what we can do to maintain what we have and to enhance it.
Get him. All right, good job. All the elements were there, and I thought this could be one of those days.
We're going to see something special right here.
Oh, man. Unbelievable.
If I had a heart monitor on me when we had all those birds coming over the decoys, it would probably gone off the scale. My heart was beating fast as it could beat.
Here comes the whole pond.
When it became obvious that we were going to shoot a full bag limit, then we started taking turns, you know, with shots. We had 2 birds that came in right in the front door. It was about as easy a double opportunity as a guy's ever going to have on Canada geese.
take them.
I was like a dog on a leash. Mike said,
No, let him land. Okay, how about this, boys? And take them. Now that was a good shit, eh?
man, was that pretty or what?
That was pretty good patience there, guys. I know it's tough.
Nothing like watching a flock of Canada geese and watch them as they spill air, as they come down, and to see the big Canadas do that in this part of British Columbia, this is a place to make it happen. Shoot them.
You know, a lot of guys talk about being on the X. And you know, while you can hunt birds and be successful off the X, when you get on the X and it's all set up right, that's when you really finish those birds, backpedaling over the decoys.
From the time I could put on boots and get in the marsh, nothing has given me that charge or that excitement or that enthusiasm that waterfowl hunting does. And to see those ducks and geese fly and to call them, and you know, at 62 years old, I still enjoy it, and I want to do it as much as I did when I was 16.
Our early season Canadian waterfowl hunt is just the beginning of a great season afield. We'll learn more about the conservation efforts throughout North America as we join dedicated DU volunteers and staff in some of the most remarkable waterfowling destinations to be found.
Ducks Unlimited, presented by Midway USA. Just about everything for hunting. And by VENTSHADE. Lets fresh air in, keeps rain out.
As fall flights take to the skies, we continue our journey with special guest NBA Hall of Famer Rick Barry to another top fall waterfowl destination.
Here's the big
Prairie Pothole region of central Alberta is part of the Duck Factory, where the next generation of waterfowl is raised and where spring water can determine a season's success. We joined Kevin Wilson and DU Canada biologist Mike Barr in one of DU's top priority areas.
It was the quintessential duck hunting day, and it was so photogenic. You know, the north wind was blowing, the snow was pelting us, the ducks were pouring into that hole, and we were hiding in the cattails. All the elements were there, and I just stopped one time and I looked down the line and I thought, you know, this is what waterfowl hunting should look like.
You want an area that's got lots of potholes, lots of variety, and lots of perennial cover, either native uplands or tame grass, so that you got both of what you need, water and cover.
Oh, big one. Big flock, guys.
Big one. Oh, yeah.
Here we go.
All right, well, we're going to work on this time. Shoot. There we go, boy. That's what it's all about.
Woo! Dropping like flies, boys.
All right. That's
Yeah, yeah.
Further south along the migratory flyways, host Jared Brown joins local landowners Neil Hansen and Tim Holzfaster in western Nebraska for a goose hunt in open fields and for fast-action ducks on the historic Platte River. These landowners are working with DU to protect crucial habitat via conservation easements to preserve waterfowling traditions forever.
As we began to hunt with Neil right on the river's edge of the Platte River there, it was a cold, I mean real cold morning, cloudy, but as the dawn began to light, birds were already working and traversing up and down the river there, and how beautiful of a setting it was.
It looked like a hen. Yeah. There's another one coming down the river. There's one right in front, right in front.
Nice shot. Great shot, man. One shot, first dead duck. Yeah, I got him coming back around. Take him. Whoa, you got well, you hit him hard on the first and then the second one. Oh, running and gunning, man. That's what it's all about, baby. Shooting different spots, different landowners, great stewards of the land. Right here along the Platte River, I love it.
As we move off the Platte River and onto a nearby Nebraska cornfield, the protection of critical migration habitat has helped to ensure future generations of waterfowling traditions. Canada geese flock to these important stopping grounds on their long journey south.
We all have those days that are just imprinted on our minds. Nothing short of incredible. We got 5 locked in.
Which one?
Take them. Nice shooting, guys! Woo! Hunting with Tim and his son, I love it. I mean, I think that's what's hunting all about, is sharing a blind with the next generation. On my side, there's 6 of them. On my side, on my side. Take them right above us.
Get that last one. Get that last one. He's
We
down.
got 'em.
We got them all.
All 6, baby! I've been around a lot of gentlemen in my days, and Tim is certainly one of those. What he's done on behalf of DU in placing some of his land in conservation easements, wow, he's gonna leave a legacy.
Watching those birds and knowing that at least in one little piece of property that we have, it will forever stay in its natural state.
Join us for a peek into our continued journey south as we get into some amazing action along the Gulf Coast.
Ducks Unlimited conserves, restores, and manages wetlands and upland habitat for North America's waterfowl and people. This vision, started in 1937, has yielded more birds in the sky and more habitat on the ground throughout the continent. As DUTV pushes farther south, we'll see the rewards of these conserved wetlands from one coast to the other.
The tidal marshes and intercoastal waterways of southern Louisiana have provided a way of life for centuries, but long-term habitat loss in the region have been staggering. As man has expanded his footprint into the coastal marsh, Ducks Unlimited has made this vast wetland one of its top conservation priorities. Mike Checkett and I joined DU biologist Tom Moorman and DU member Ryan Lambert in Buras, Louisiana, for a look at this challenged and historic waterfowl destination while we pursue the blue-winged teal.
You know, they don't call Louisiana the sportsman's paradise for nothing.
I hear from the left.
Teal on the bottom, teal on the bottom.
Are we gonna shoot? Is everybody gonna shoot?
Over decoys. Get it. Good shot.
It's just where it all happens. I mean, so many birds concentrate here. And the heritage of waterfowling is so deep here. But I've never seen the volume of birds. And I've never seen people that would actually go to the effort that they do here during the September teal season.
All right, get ready.
He's on. Do it now.
Oh, man.
I love Louisiana.
Right, little boy duck.
Blue wing.
You know, the first birds to arrive every year in the Gulf Coast are blue-winged teal, and while they don't winter here in large numbers, it's an important stopover for their migration on to Mexico and Central America, in some cases even South America.
That is my, after a mallard, that is my next favorite duck.
Yeah, me too.
I love blue wings, yeah.
He's a pretty bird for a young bird.
Yeah.
Anybody that's hunted teal knows that these guys are speedsters, and sometimes they came over that cane or grass, and I mean, before you knew it, they're in the decoys. On the left.
No, good shot.
All right, good shot, Ryan.
Good shot.
Woo!
Tennessee gentleman is kind of the way I think of Wade. But when that bird comes through, buddy, that gun is up and tracking. So you better watch out if you're hunting with Wade. You better get on him. Logan, watch Logan.
Yeah.
Take it, take it, take it, take it. Good shot. I knew you had him.
I think he went off.
Oh, right shoot him. Shoot him.
Go, big dog, go!
Took a couple.
Being outdoors in the coastal wetlands, so much happening, so much wildlife to see, and it's part of America. And we need to get everybody behind it to get this system restored and back to what it once was.
The Texas Gulf Coast marsh also attracts an amazing variety of duck species. Host Jared Brown is joined by Texas DU volunteers Rogers Hoyt and Sean DeCento on his home hunting grounds a year after the devastation of Hurricane Ike.
Every time I head out into the marsh here at Cajun Outback, it just reinvigorates me. See all these birds, see this ecosystem that's so lush. Take them. Yeah, man! There you go. How pretty was that? Those birds just locked in. The joy of a marsh is you never know what's coming into your spread. It could be pintails, it could be gadwalls, teal. You just never know. When you got a habitat that lures this many different species, it makes for a real exciting morning. Take them.
Shot, Raj. Way to go.
Pleasure to back you up.
Back up.
There's no one I'd rather hunt with than Sean DeCento and Jared Brown. It's not just their sense of humor, and it's not just the camaraderie, but the guys have such a passion for the sport and such respect for the birds. They're the perfect example of DU volunteers and why anyone that hunts ducks should be a DU volunteer.
Look at that water, Teal.
That's where our teal have been. They've been holed up.
Been hiding from the brown refuge.
All right. Ready? Take them. It's raining teal.
Raining teal. Nice, 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 nice.
How pretty was that, y'all?
It's just very heartening to see some fruits of the labor. I would encourage anyone that hunts ducks in any form or fashion, whether you're an avid hunter or an occasional hunter, to volunteer for Ducks Unlimited.
Up next, 3 primary factors that are key components to conserving our waterfowl and our wetlands habitat, plus a quick peek into the exciting season ahead.
Ducks Unlimited, presented by Midway USA. Just about everything for hunting. And by VENTSHADE. Lets fresh air in, keeps rain out.
To accomplish the conservation goals of our waterfowl and wetlands habitat, it comes down to 3 primary elements. The first is the implementation of science, using reliable information to determine the priority habitats and how best to use limited resources to improve waterfowl conditions. Second, a focused delivery of conservation activity on the ground, on exactly those parts of the continent that are important to ducks during the breeding season, during migration, and on their wintering grounds. And the third element in achieving DU's conservation goals is keeping a focus on public policy. To have landscape impacts, we have to work with partners in the agricultural sector and in government to promote wildlife-friendly legislation. It's building on the foundation of scientific expertise and basic duck biology with new technology that will make our conservation efforts more successful.
So welcome to Ducks Unlimited Television's new season. This year we'll travel to exciting places where wings whistle above and memories are made with each new dawn. Come share these adventures with us each week and celebrate the heritage of waterfowling as we too follow the flyways. This is Ducks Unlimited.
Hi, I'm Dale Hall, CEO of Ducks Unlimited. We're here in South Louisiana at Pasalutra Wildlife Management Area to observe firsthand what's happening with the oil spill. Between 100 and 150 miles of shoreline have been impacted by the spill, and we're here to assess what kinds of marsh impacts are going to occur and possibly occur as we move forward. The situation right now, though, is developing. It's fluid, and it's too early to tell what kind of impacts are going to happen in the marsh. This area is extremely important to waterfowl. Somewhere around 13 million birds, ducks and geese, as well as the millions of other birds that live here year-round, use these marshes for their very important habitat. Because of the region's importance to waterfowl, the DU Board of Directors passed a resolution at our recent convention asking us to do three things. Number one, to work with our partners in the government agencies and the NGOs to see how we can work together to help work through this situation. Second, to use good science and to communicate that science to the public so that everyone can know DU will be trying to tell you the truth as we know it and what the science truly says. And the third thing is to work with government agencies to try and develop better policies so that in the future, situations like this can be worked through more efficiently. Finally, I'd like to say DU regrets the loss of human life that took place in this explosion and the impact to people that has occurred along the Gulf Coast throughout this spill. We will continue to work with the government agencies, with our partners and NGOs, and we will always keep working to try and take care of the marsh for the people and for the resources that live here.